Hello and welcome to the ClickyWalls system. In this video you're going to learn how to build the Rickety Undershack. The Rickety Undershack is the free building that we offer you so that you get a taste of how the ClickyWalls system works and also how you can build a free expanding dungeon. So we will start with the basement level of the Rickety Undershack, which is essentially what expands into the dungeon. So we're going to start with the underkeep walls, which are these ones, which are little uneven blocks, and then a standard connector. Line up and just click into place. I usually line up the top first and then click in at the bottom. Alternatively, you can put them on a flat surface and then click them in together. Doesn't matter how you do it, but the most important thing is that these line up flush, because if you don't, if you get a little bit of a step there, it throws the whole building out and it becomes wobbly. So we start with a simple U-shape structure, and this is the first section of the dungeon or the basement layer. And then we put one of these in, which is an opening for the insert pieces. Just demonstrate there how we use a flat surface to click this into position. You need to be careful that you're not pushing like that, because this bracer here could snap. And these sections are for the inserts. You get two inserts with the Rickety Undershack. There are many more in all the various different underkeep build sets, etc. that we've got on the website. This is just a door. It's a wooden door that slots in like that. You can put it whatever way round you want. You can even put it this way round if you want, doesn't matter. It works exactly the same and it opens both ways, so it's a very universal door. We've also got this hidden wall section. That will only go in one way, it won't go that way, it goes this way. And it's designed this way so that it's flush with the top, and it also looks like all the other hidden walls. So when your players are playing, they won't necessarily know that this is a hidden wall until they investigate, at which point you can remove it. But this one inside is designed just to have a door. Now, we do have a little lintel section that can also go in here. If you wanted to glue all this in, if you wanted to keep this wall section without a removable bit, you can glue it all in place and glue the little lintel in. Otherwise you don't need to worry about the lintel. So now we've got that, we put these other two pieces on, which are all the same wall section, the underkeep wall sections. Now you will notice that these connectors are the locked connectors, they have this little notch. In most cases you'll always want to use these connectors. There are the free ones, which just means they rotate, but this one, it just locks in, which means it lines everything up nicely. And then we take the second insert wall, and click that in, and this is where the false wall goes. So that's your basement layer, which can just be used as a basement, or if the players find the secret wall, they open it, and this is where you would then extend your dungeon. And you can do that simply just by printing more dungeon tiles and doors, expand it as big as you like to create a whole dungeon that will sprawl across your table. as I mentioned before, there are the Underkeep build sets on the website that will add an enormous amount of variety to your dungeons. For example, we got the trial chambers, which is all different types of traps and puzzles. We have the iron hold, which is a prison system. We've got the sludge runs and the rat warrens. All these things are like sewage systems that you can add into your dungeon that you're creating. Now, that's the first section done, the base section. There aren't any floors with this section. If you did get one of the dungeon expansion sets, one of the build kits or something like that, they've all got different types of floors that you can put in if you want to put floors in your dungeon. This is just a really quick way of building a dungeon without having to put roofs or floors or anything like that. You can just click it, make a nice big dungeon very quickly for your players, and you can build it on the fly if you want to. And another way of doing it, rather than building everything and clicking everything together, you could just build sections of buildings that you just bring out as you want to. But let's get on with the build. So now we're going to go to the next level. And the next level is the above ground section, which is the actual Rickety shack itself. Now, everything is print in place. You don't need to put any supports or anything. And all the doors and windows are articulated, so there's a little tab down here at the bottom of the doors and windows that you just have to snap. It's quite easy, and now the doors and windows will also open, and they should open both ways. You might want to get a little craft knife and just take off that little bit that joins them, because it can make it a little bit tight, or you may rather leave it on, which just kind of helps secure the window in place. So that's your door section. These are the wooden wall sections. In the file there's one that's called a pop out, and it's designed that this bit in the middle here will just pop out. You can just push it, snap it out, and then you have an open frame. That open frame can then be used in dungeon sections that create stability, make the building rigid, but also it gives you the fence section, and you'll also find some fence connectors in the bundle where you can connect these up and make fences, which is just another little extra bonus. It means essentially this section on the pop outs is a support, but rather than just popping it out and throwing it away, I made it look like a wooden wall section that you can then use as a fence. So what we want to do, where are we? The door's this way. These are the double windows without a brace. They are connected at the bottom on each window, but they're also connected in the middle as well, and that's just to help printing. It's better to cut these off with a craft knife, because as you can see, if you just force them apart, these little bits are a little bit messy, so just bear that in mind. Sometimes you get these little stringy bits. Again, just with a craft knife you can just remove those. It's a price we pay, unfortunately, for not having supports.
When the moon is thin and the streets lie still, a lantern burns beneath the hill. The masons call with voices low to those who dare descend below. Down through the arch, past iron and stone, where
really snapping together. It's really quite rigid. Over time, especially if the heat gets to it, these connections can loosen off a little bit. If that does happen, then what I suggest you do is just run a little bit of super glue and just click them back together, and then the whole building will be solid. This one has a little beam that goes across, and I usually just push it in like that and then just click it together. We have two floor sections for this one. The trap section, which goes to the back corner, you can switch this the other way, so the door's this side and the window's that side. In fact, that is the proper way to do it, but it doesn't really matter. This is the thing with the ClickyWalls system, you can change it up however you want. You could have the trapdoor over here if you want, or you could turn it this way so the trapdoor's down in this corner. It's entirely up to you, but that's your base standard layer. So this is your ground floor level, but you've also got a little staircase. Now this one is actually designed to click in. Some of the other build sets that we've got different types of these stairs. We've got the brick one, and we've got the ones that don't click in, so they're just freestanding. There's stone slab ones, all sorts of different stairs, and they're like this. They're this size so that they're more playable, rather than having little steps that you can't put miniatures on. These are designed for the miniatures. So now we're going to do the top level, and it has a door, a window, and then two back walls.
When the moon is thin and the streets lie still, a lantern burns beneath the hill. The masons call with voices low to those who dare descend below. Down through the...
And that's your top room. The door faces this way and the stairs are this side, so when we put the floor in, it's the floor with the cutout which will go above the staircase.
Halls that none shall see, and bind our names to masonry.
A little balcony, which just adds a great deal of playability to the building. And then we're just going to put together the roof sections. So these parapet beams are used with the crown caps, and you just want to make two U shapes.
Through passages of dust and prayer, we carve our kingdom in the air, a hidden world by torchlight sworn, far from the eyes of waking morn.
And then one of them has this section. Now these I've glued, so you can just drop that section in and it's a lot easier and it doesn't keep falling apart. So that's your one roof section, which is designed to go on there like that. And then you've got this one that clicks into here. And again, the other roof section that just clicks into that bit there. It goes under that roof, so it's actually easier to put in if you put it in like that, and then that goes on the top. If we put it all together, we got a basement segment with our door, secret wall, then we got a ground level with our entrance door, some windows, your trap door opens, you can then just drop your ladder into that section. That could be a little bit of a quiz for them, you could put that on the ground outside, upstairs, something like that. And then this top layer goes on like that. And then you've got your Rickety Undershack built. Great little building. We've also got this little sign that you can clip on anywhere you like. Put it on this level if you want to. And it's a really nice playable building. Normally you would start your game with it just on the ground level like that. This would be your grass, and then when your players go down the trapdoor, then you might lift it up and then just put your next section is, depending on how you're playing. But there are ways to raise up the whole table with a dungeon underneath with then ground tiles on the top using floor tiles or the floor flockers to cover the dungeon. So there you go. If you haven't already, just download it for free. There's two different versions. There's a quick version that you can just download, you put your email in, it gives you a direct link that you can download it straight to your computer, no faffing around, which is this whole section here. If you go onto the forum, join the community, you'll then be given access to the side panel, which gives you the full build with the bit that goes underneath as well, the dungeon section. And in the community forums you can join in the conversation, ask any questions, post up what you've done, your designs, if you're designing new structures from the ClickyWalls system, or if you're painting it up and you want to share that. It's a great thriving community, everybody's really friendly, and it's all free and included with your Rickety Undershack.